Welcome back to Sully Island. As you can see, sunglasses are on, hats off, hoodie might have to come off at some point. Yeah, it's bloody glorious. It's nice to be out. Now a bit of housekeeping for you. Sully Island, it's an island, as the name would suggest. You have to cross a causeway to get to the island. Now the causeway does get cut off, it gets covered over at high water. In case any of you are thinking of coming over, just pay attention to the tides. As you come over, there is signs that tell you what time high tide is, what time you'll get cut off at, all that sort of stuff. There's plenty of warnings, so if you do get cut off, sorry to say, it's your own fault. From what I've seen, I understood you could get over at 3 hours before low water, and you could stay over till 2 hours after low water. Low tide's at 3 today, so I got here at 11:45 thinking be about right, get the gear out of the car and I can get over, and the causeway was well clear. Now the signs say I can stay on here till 6:15. I ain't going to push my luck, because if I get cut off and I end up spending the night on the island, Sarah ain't going to be too pleased with me, so I'm going to be off the island by about 5, so about 5 hours worth of fishing. It's about 12:15 now. So like I say, I couldn't get onto the point where everybody seems to fish. There's a couple of guys on there, and as you hope you know by now, if you're a regular, I'm not the kind of guy who just goes and muscles in and makes things cramped and crowded. I hate it when people do that, so I don't like to do it to others. The guys in the tackle shop suggested a couple of marks to me. Now what the guys did mention is that over this way, over there somewhere, there's what's called the spit, which is a big sandbar which will be exposed at low tide. Apparently it's quite popular, so they did say there'd probably be a load of anglers over there, and in fact, don't know if you'll be able to see, there's half a dozen or so anglers over there at the minute. So yeah, I don't know the area, I don't know what that's like, so I'll observe from a distance on this trip. So yeah, with that in mind, I thought I'd come round onto the, I guess the east end, if you like, of the island. Got one rod pointing over to the right, over towards the post. I don't know if you'll see, there's a boat anchored up off the post as well. So I've got one rod out that way, and I've got another rod going out towards the spit. Quick tackle talk, as you know, Fury FX420s, Penn Spinfisher reels. £80 braid straight through, £40 braid, £8 shock leader. On the ends I've got a pulley pennel rig on one, and I've got a pulley dropper on the other. First one out is a lovely fresh ragworm bait. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that I like to leave my worms a little bit loose, give them a bit of movement in the water. Second bait out, it's just a little whole squid. Well, at least we know crabs like the squid, so jump it completely clean. I can just start to make out that sandbar starting to appear, and they weren't wrong when they said that there were going to be loads of anglers on there. There's even got a dog, but yeah, it's pretty bloody busy, that. Definitely made the right choice. Do not fancy competing with a load of folk today. Rods have been out about half an hour now. I attempt to bring this first rod back in and see just how snagged up we actually are. What do you reckon? First set of gear lost, and we get free. Hook length completely gone. So that's the end of that. Let's get another hook on it. Probably not only going to lose tackle, I'm probably going to lose an ankle as well at some point. Oh, let's wait and see. Right then, rig repaired. So I've put 4.0 Cox and Raw circle hook on, and I've, seeing as how last time it did me so well, I've knocked up this little dongle rig just using a little rotten bottom clip that I've got, and about 4 inches of this invisible leader from Yuki, kindly sent over to me from Chris at Law Works. Thanks for that, pal. So yeah, if you're thinking of expanding your law catalogue this summer, go check him out. So I'll leave a link to his website below. Also, it's worth noting, all of my little offcuts and my knots have all gone in to my rubbish bag with my wings. Because one thing I will say is, when I got round onto the point earlier, to the pole, not happy. Show you just quickly how I rig this dongle up then, so if I can, one-handed. So in the end of there, I'll just put that rotten bottom clip, you can see it, onto my bait mate, and just put 2 sand eels. Chop the tails off of them, stop them spinning around. I'm just going to hold the hook there, lash it up with bait elastic like so. So once it's off your bait mate tool, it looks like that, all elasticated up. You got your rotten bottom there, that'll clip into your bait clip, and that right there is what it looks like, all clipped up, ready to go. So a little rotten bottom link, and your breakaway and your swivel and your weight, and you're all good. There's no breath of wind now, but I tell you what, that sandbar is starting to open up. How uncovered that is now. Oh, he's moving out even further. So, you can see what's going to happen here. That sandbar is going to come all the way down to here. So, my rods are probably in about a foot of water. But, having said that, I mean, you can see how far it's dropped off already. There's probably 2 or 3 metres worth of water dropped out of here. But, nice little cove like this, plenty of rocks, big sandbar, screams bass. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one rod out into that sandbar, try and hit that sandbar, or this side of that sandbar anyway, for bass. And then the other one, so possibly left hand rod is going to go into this channel somewhere here. Camera's having a fit. And I'll aim that at bass. It may even be a cod knocking about, you never know. I think I've got some, might have a wrap of frozen lug. Did I put it in? Check the bait box in a minute, but I've got that crab. And then right hand rod I'm going to keep sticking out here with squid, bluey, etc, etc on. Try and aim for them rays. Well, as that sandbar is getting closer and closer, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, maybe you'll be able to tell, but there is one hell of a rip coming out of the entry. You can just see where I think the channel is going to form out there, that tide line, and yeah, there's a lot of water pushing out the mouth of this entry. You got it all from the back of there. This is where rip currents catch people out, so you know, I think it's nice here. It's probably 15, 18 degrees. I'd be tempted to go for a swim. Swim out into here, that current, and you're gone. It's just gone 2 o'clock. Slight change of tactics, so like I said before, decided I'm going to go after bass and rays. So the rod on the far side, this one, that one there, I've got the ragworm on that on a pulley panel, and I've stuck it about 30 yards into this channel here. And then this rod, still got bluey on, blue and squid combos, and I've slung that out here somewhere, so it's just on the other side of that channel, on the edge of that sandbar, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us a fish. If there's a fish out there, I'm going to do everything I can to catch it. Oh, what do you reckon? We're about to find out how deep it is. Go on, it ain't that deep, go for it. Give it a go. Dog's not having it. Dog's like, fuck off, I ain't being you, bloody budgie. You're gonna find out how deep it is, you're gonna find out how deep it is. Still debating it. I did hear, I said on live the other week about common sense, and the mate's just gone, give me a bag just in case it gets swept out to sea, your phone won't get wet. Classic. Remember that rig I said I put in close? Turns out it's deep water, but there's some big ass rocks in there. As soon as I went to reel in, just snipped my braid straight away. So I've retied some shock leader, and I've put a little one up one down rig on, and I'm just using them ragworm on that. And again, I fired it over towards that sandbar and just let it drift out, follow it round. We've just come over the top of Tidal. We've just come over the bottom of Tide, should I say. It's force of habit for you. So I've decided to employ the big guns now. I've broke out them peeler crabs, and I'm using them on that dongle rig. So let's see if anything turns up. I have just seen somebody throw something back over on the sandbar. It didn't look like a ray, possibly a dogfish, I think. But yeah, other than that, it's been very slow. I haven't had a single knock. But you can't really grumble. I think I haven't had a single knock, but I've probably got sunburn. Did not expect this level of sun. Need to make sure I put the Factor 30 back in the box. Oh, and in other news, I put shit out and decided to walk back instead. Yeah, common sense prevailed in the end, but let me hold your phone so it doesn't get wet if you get swept out to sea. Well, it may be no monster, but that, on that little 2-hook flapper rig, give a right walloping bite. I jumped out of my seat. If I'd have had the camera on, it would have been a comedy moment. I flew at it, I thought it was a big bass. It proper rattled it. But it's a little blank saver nonetheless. Let's go and get him back. Let's get some baits back out there. Tide is flying in now, so hopefully the fish will start to push into this bay now, and I'm right in the prime position for it. Go on. Oh, 400-mile round trip for a little pouting and a smallest dogfish, but there we go. Off you go, pal. See you later. I tell you what, it's amazing what one tiny little fish like that can do. I mean, that's nothing to write home about. You wouldn't text your mum and tell you, would it? You know, if I sent Sarah a picture of that, she'd think I've lost my marbles, but that's fishing, isn't it? I flipping well love it. What, son? promise you, that is a different one. Might be its twin brother, identical twin, but it is a different one. So the fish are really coming on the feed now. Let's hope something bigger follows them in. Oh, we've got about an hour left to fish. I think, like I say, the board says you'll get cut off at 5:44. I'm not going to risk it that long. I want to be wrapped up and heading home by 5. So yeah, about an hour left of fishing. Bites are starting to come quite fast now. I'm just praying. It's a nice throwing back rate follows them in now. All them little coalies, surely something's got to follow them back. Guess what? Well, would you Adam and Eve it? And just as those little parting were starting to give a good bit of sport, I've caught that last one, unhooked it, rebaited, cast out, and it's only like a 60-yard lob. It's not massive distance or anything like that. Anyway, give it a bit of line, let it sink, reeled into it, kept reeling into it, and it's come back, and the swivel clips opened up. So I assume as it's hit the water, this swivel's just slid off of it. So I'm not happy bunny, because I've got 200 of them Tronics Pro swivel clips. And that's about the 4th one that's done it to me. So I think I'll be dropping Veals an email, see if there's anything they can do with them, because I've got probably 190 chocolate swivel clips left. Anyway, I've dropped it down now. I'm not setting that rod back up again. So we're just down onto the one rod. That's got that big pulley dropper on with the dongle set up on. It's got 3 sand eel lashed onto it at the minute. I'm going to give that maybe 10 more minutes, reel it in, stick another bait on there, and hope for the best. And I think that will probably be about time. This is it, last cast. And I went all exotic. It's a combination I haven't tried all day. Ragworm and crab. Might be pissing in the wind with that, but it's the only combo I haven't tried. And obviously the parting, love the ragworm, so... Well, I think there's absolutely 0 chance that I was going to get cut off on that. I reckon you've probably got another hour fishing. At least another hour. He did say to me, the bloke who I was down here with earlier, he says you'd probably get about 40 minutes after the clock. But it's not worth risking it. I mean, can you imagine me ringing Sarah and saying, oh, I'm sorry love, I've accidentally got myself stuck on an island, I'm going to have to fish till midnight. No way she'd buy that was an accident. Not a chance. Anyway, I hope I've made this an entertaining little video for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now I've just got a 3-hour drive in this lovely weather to get home probably about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight now. Lovely. Till next time guys, take care of yourselves, tight lines.